Welcome to Tenacity with Sonia C., the podcast where entrepreneurs, founders, and ambitious professionals come to learn from those who have walked the path, navigating challenges and achieving success. Whether it's thriving in business, pivoting, scaling for growth, fundraising, or finding work-life balance, dealing with loneliness, adversity, or overcoming personal struggles. Our guests share the insights and strategies that have empowered them to level up. I'm your host, Sonia, and let's get started. My guest today is Jacopo, CEO of the Luxury and Wealth Group, a real estate expert and an entrepreneur whose story starts in Naples, Italy. From the age of 11, Jacopo was devouring books on investing and entrepreneurship, but his path to success wasn't linear. After an early soccer career was cut short by an injury, Jacopo threw himself into business launching a jewelry chain at just 18. That venture took him from Italy to Africa in search of diamonds, and by 22, he was all in on real estate, specializing in auctions and short-term sales and building a reputation for finding and flipping high-value deals. With over 300 real estate transactions under his belt and a PhD in international business management, Jacopo blends street smarts with academic rigor. He's also developed the MPBE method: meditate, morning, pray, biohacking, and exercise to help entrepreneurs align personal wellness with personal growth. His new book, Health, Rich, and Happy, which was out December 2024 and available on Amazon, dives into how to build a life that's not just financially free, but holistically fulfilled. Today, he's pulling back the curtain on the real road to building a business, the early chaos, the pivots, and the mindset shift that made all the difference. Hi, Jacopo. How are you? Welcome to the show today.
Super good, Sonia. And you?
I'm great. I can't complain. And if I did, nobody would listen.
Yeah. For this reason, the complaining part is inside us. We don't need to share with anybody because it's not working really good.
No, it's true. Well, let's get into this episode. How did you mentally shift into building a business after your soccer dream ended due to an injury? What did those first 6 to 12 months look like for you?
Yeah, like everything in life is changing, but when you have 17 years old, something you believe you will becoming a professional soccer, you will have this kind of life, you dedicate
Mm-hmm.
from 7 years old to 17, and after everything scrolling, and you need to change the mentality. But what's happening in the next 6, 12 months, I have the fortune to grow up in a loving family. And in particular, at that time, my mother have a really big influence in my life. What this
Mm-hmm.
means, she helped me with small word. And she, told me some word really important for me at that time was word. And she told me, don't worry, you will succeed wherever you will do. And like this, I have this light in my mind where I understand I have the capacity to change, to shift my life. But normally, like everybody, and at that age, I have, some kind of emotion inside me, sadness, frustration. I don't know at that time, I don't recognize. I have like, why this happening to me? All this kind of, the negative, I don't call negative, different emotion. And what's up, because I told you, like I have this beautiful family, they support me with the word, and I started to shift and understand my really soul, my really aura, my really power. I understand again, I am creator. And
Mm-hmm.
I recognize this creation from really young age when I started to read the book 11 years old. I create my life. I want to create life in something like the soccer is something so creative, so
Mm-hmm.
like unique. And from this point, I'm moving forward, and 18 years old, starting my new life with a lot of difficulty, I decided to becoming an entrepreneur. I do a win-win situation where I told my mother and my father, hey, I will take my PhD, but I need create something. They don't
Mm-hmm.
support me economically, but they support me in everything, and I find
Emotionally.
emotionally the most
Yeah.
important. You know,
Yeah.
and from over there, I started to ask money for the government in Italy, and I opened my first shop, closed the shop, and after this, I opened more than 20 shop in Italy in the jewelry space, where I make this company really successful. And at 22 starting the real estate part.
Right. So you've built multiple ventures, but let's rewind. What was the
Mhm.
most chaotic or uncertain moment early on that question that made you question if entrepreneurship was really for you?
Yeah, like the most thing is like what's happening. Sonia, you need. I share with you your audio something really important. I live from 7 years old to 17 years old life where I connect with people. They are coming from different situations. The majority of people they play soccer. They are people they have not all, but the majority they have family difficulty and they want to
Mm-hmm.
succeed through the sport. And what's happening at that time, I have this niche of people around me. Afterwards, my mother and my father, they bring me in another situation where when I arrive at 17 years, so 17 and a half, I need to finish the school. And they put me in one school near where I live, where they live, sorry, at that time, where, the people they go in this school, they are rich and I feel immediately this kind of impact because they have everything and two if my family never and then give me everything they don't possible have this kind the possibility and I
Mm-hmm.
started to feel this sensation inside me I call now anger and I want to have what they have. From
Mm-hmm.
this situation, starting my entrepreneur vision, because I understand the
Mm-hmm.
fact of these kids, they have everything because they create something. Now I started to
Right.
think about, and I recognize the importance about, create to business.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
business,
love it.
yeah, business, you possible create, Sonia, the possibility to travel the world how I do right now, to enjoy my family, at the same time make money. And in particular,
Mm-hmm.
I am so satisfied to if the market change really drastically now in United States, in Florida, for the real estate. Real estate is the more powerful way to create, wealth. But, I go through business and I will continue to create other kind of business.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about your jewelry business. You started that when you were 18, which is
Mhm.
really young. But
Mhm.
when I was reading your bio, I was like, wow, okay, so you were 18 and you started this jewelry company, but it wasn't
Mhm.
like you started a little tiny company. You expanded it to make it a venture
Mhm.
globally. You started this entrepreneurial journey at a very, very young age and you made it successful. What was
Mhm.
the toughest lesson that you had to learn fast to keep that business alive?
Yeah, so important. Businesses change rapidly, and if
Mm-hmm.
you are not working every day on your business, you will immediately, out of the business. And this is what I learned. And now I understand. And for this reason, I back up myself with different kind of investment based in real estate, gold, silver, and in crypto because what's happening in our life now in this world when I started my business many year ago is another age now it's so fast and if you don't moving really fast and really flexible you really
Mm-hmm.
possible be out to if you are all the company in the market for many years this is what I learned
Yeah.
in my life and
Yeah.
change is a process of mind. What's happening
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of people is this one. They recognize their self in something. For example, when I starting my career, I started to feel the emotion. I mean, when I go to the shop, I have my employee, all this kind of thing. And when I speak with people, I am entrepreneur in the jewelry space, and this
Mm-hmm.
is my identity. The important people is people they create business without attach their identity because they moving in one place to another one with where is possible create more. And this lesson I learned from a billionaire, a couple of weeks ago in Austin, where I've been to interview him, where he explained me the importance part about create something beautiful and do the correct question. The correct question is only couple, but one is really important. How through my business I possible change billion of people, and you will have billion company. You know?
Mm-hmm. So if I understand, just to break down what you just said, I understand what you're saying is yes, be entrepreneurial, but don't put all of your eggs in one basket.
Mhm.
Invest and start other companies at the same time. Don't just do one thing. You went to Africa to source diamonds.
Mhm.
What went wrong? What went right? And what did that experience teach you about operating outside of your comfort zone?
When I started the part about to go to Abidjan, Ivory Coast, I've been over there for a couple of years with my partner, one of my best friend, and I learned a lot over there because I learned how it's important to respect other human being, how important from the business understand that different country have different rules, understand different culture have different time, and this
Mm-hmm.
one I really grow up because in Africa, time is something is not really valuable. What this means, people they live with their time. And I remember when I've been the first time if I remember correct, around 26, 27, 20, yeah, around this time. And what's happening, I have this mentality from Europe where I want to think fast, rapidly. And over there, I learn really something important. I stay 1 month to wait for some kind of people, for the business I do. And they arrive like after 1 month, like nothing happening. At that time, I have two solutions. I becoming crazy and started to kill everybody. And this is not my or like I understand and this is really important, and when you go to another culture, another state, this is happening to in United States, you need to learn before you start in the business how the people they think, and after starting the business.
um, when did real estate first come into the picture, and how long did it take before you saw real traction and results?
I starting at 22 years old in Italy because how I share with you is this one. I started to read a lot of book really at young age, and I
Mm-hmm.
every time I read now I inform myself with AI, ChatGPT, other kind the thing. But at that time I read like crazy and related to what I love, business. Okay,
Mm.
and I read one book, changed completely my direction of my life. The Robert Kiyosaki book, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Okay, yeah, that's a good book.
Where from over there I changed completely my direction, and I learn where I want to be in life. I want to be in the investor part where money working for me and where I have time. And this,
Mm.
after many years, I create. Starting with one course in Italy because at that time I live full time in Italy from somebody like copy Robert Kiyosaki, and the information really good. Starting from over there, I started to invest in real estate in Italy, do flipping. I remember the first sensation I feel, my first 34,000 euro. I remember 23 years old, something after, small month, I take this course and I really becoming like this. Wow. Think about at that time, the medium person make maybe don't arrive at 20,000. And I make almost double the money, and from over there I understand the power of real estate. Real estate, when the market is good, when everything is in the correct place, the economy is the most powerful possibility to create wealth. And two, when the market is right now flat,
Mm-hmm.
in some case, for example, in Florida now is not a lot of movement for everything happening. If you create your cash flow property, you handling correctly, you continue to have to have success in what you do.
So, you did this jewelry venture, which was really successful for you. You have your investments, you do real estate. So, you started out doing that really young. Which one are you still doing today?
I do real estate and I do some part of jewelry, but with not the same proportion in the jewelry space like before. Before
Mm-hmm.
I have, when I market, normally we wanna enlight the good point, but I have more up and down like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
What this means is means this one, when the market started to shift, I started to sell some my shop to my old employee, some other I sell. I have one business really important where one my partner still took one big company in the jewelry space. And from all this kind of situation, I
Mm-hmm.
learned. For this reason, I share with you why it's so important be vigilant and to be focalized in one thing. I love the
Mm-hmm.
one thing, but at the same time understand market is so fast and you need to cover yourself because if you are not cover yourself with support,
Yeah.
it's possible have some kind of problem. At the same time, or every time open your eyes to see other opportunity around you. Means focalize in one, but open eyes and mind to understand where is going the business and where is the opportunity.
So everyone sees the polished version of success. Can you
Yeah.
describe a time you made a major mistake and how you recovered?
Yeah. The major mistake I make in my life, yeah, I remember probably in the same time, 20, I am really active at really young age, like really super.
Mm-hmm.
And I buy one shop in one commercial center commercial where the big brand they need to go over there, Louis Vuitton, Prada, all these big name. But
Mm-hmm.
what's happening? I put $1 million in this shop with mortgage, and I believe everything is over there in the next year for my life. In reality, I make the big mistake. Why? Two lessons I learned. The first one, never give control of something yours to other people. And because when you invested in center commercial, you are no owner of the whole, but you working with other people, you don't have the control. Quindi, this is
Mm-hmm.
the mistake. And the second one, really important, try to understand and to have every time an exit strategy. Because if you don't have an exit strategy, if you don't structure your buy correctly, if something happening like how happening in this investment, if the center commercial go bankrupt,
Mm-hmm.
not me personally, but the center where is a fraud really, you possible lose your money. What I learned, these two aspects really important. And how I recover, this is the best information I share with you, I give it to your audience. Never, never, never focalize in the different situation in your life. I utilize different, not negative, different. Because if you started to look in the back, your mind started to see all the negativity. Now, if you have the problem over here in your left sides, you have all this part where you possible going, and you need to have your mind free where you need to understand the only way to come out from this situation is create more. When I utilize create, it means create more business means create more money. And how I do because I'm becoming more creative to expand my
Mm-hmm.
jewelry business.
Mm-hmm.
And I recover, and these big loss, I continue to have this shop in this commercial center, bring me a lot of knowledge and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of experience. And during my normally, uh, I don't lose my shirt. Uh,
Yeah.
but and this is the another concept I want to share with the entrepreneur. I don't believe in burn your boat. Okay, go the old crazy thing where you are you live under the bridge. This
Mm-hmm.
is really sometimes theoric. In reality, when you go deeply and you speak with the entrepreneur, the smart entrepreneur, they are people they take risk control. What this means, not
Mm-hmm.
every time when they starting, but when they moving forward their career, they don't want to lose everything to make, they control the risk and they make the investment or they make the business.
Um, let's talk about building relationships because when I was reading, first of all, you have a fascinating bio. It's very long. But one of the things I was reading is that you talk about building relationships with high level entrepreneurs. How did you get in those rooms and what did you do differently to stand out? Because that's like it's easy to say go hang out with millionaires or on other entrepreneurs who are successful, but like how did you actually manage to get in those rooms and start meeting those people and having those conversations?
Yeah, the beautiful thing, people they don't understand really. Life is about uh one way, first of all, give. Give, give,
Mm,
give. If you read
okay.
the big book, whatever you believe, if you believe in God, if you believe in you are Hebrew or whatever is the case, you see in this big book something, give and after ask. People, they forgot this. In every relationship I create with people, I give everything to my shirt in the sense really like I share love, I share correct, I share good word where they needed. I be present in their moment of their life. This is the way how you create. Now, think about I'm creative, and every time I find something creative, when I take my PhD in Napoli, where I coming from, with my city where I
Mm-hmm.
am right now, um, I starting to think about how I possible approach, big entrepreneur to learn from these people. And the way how I understand is like I am really anticipate the podcast and everything because I starting to do something. I ask to my professor, I want to interview, have the final, document for the take the PhD interview entrepreneur, and I started to contact big entrepreneur over here in Italy, and from
Mm-hmm.
over I create my first relationship with these people. But how I share this relationship, I maintain, I cultivate for more than 20, no, more the yes, almost no, almost 18 years. Like I cultivate this relationship with these people. I and after this kind of thing bring you opportunity. And what I do,
Mm-hmm.
say, networking is the most important part. If you go with your open completely with your heart completely open when you give. If you started to think about how I possible take to Sonia or to Jacopi, the other people they recognize you, you are not really true. When people recognize you are really true, the door is open. They open everything for you and they give you opportunity. They give you the possibility to invest with you, to create more business, to create relationship. It's like life.
You started making those connections by podcasting? Is that what you mean?
It's not podcasting. I do at that time when I started to create connection through my university, where
Mm,
I ask my professor to interview these people, and I create my PhD. I do my final exam based on successful people. I ask the prof.
mm,
And I started to interview these people. And from over there, I started to create this relationship in Italy. After, normally when I go to America, I do the same. I go in
mm.
the place, the good place, because already when I arrive in America, I have the economic possibility. I spend time in this good place and I create a normal relationship because people, when you have light inside you, they are attracted to you. They are
Mm,
believing you. And if you are honest human being, capable business person, everybody they want to do business with you, and this is what's happening in my life, and I will continue to be open and to create until I will die, because I believe business entrepreneur and investor, they need to create more until they will die, not because they want more money, but because through their creation they possible give more. This is what
mm.
I really feel so important, because entrepreneur business people, they create a better world. Without the entrepreneur, nothing exists around us, you know.
This is true. I agree with that 100%. Entrepreneurs are, sometimes they have small companies, sometimes they have big companies, but really they keep the economy going as well.
Mhm.
So founders often neglect their own well-being while they're building something. How has your MPBE method helped you stay grounded in the middle of scaling?
Yeah, so important, so important. MPB is now my root of my life. I never change until I will die. And somebody possible tell me you never know what's happening, but I will never change, because this is something important. MPB is I arrive at this method in the low point of my life,
Mm-hmm.
where I feel I have, but I don't have. What this means, I achieve what I 18 years old, I never think about to have, and I feel empty. And when you feel empty, you started to recognize your internal part. You go inside, and from over there, thanks to one person share with me the meditation, I started to meditate. M
Mm-hmm.
is meditation and morning. P, pray, B, biohacking, and exercise. This is the four pillar change my life, and I continually to do every day, because it's what I take the energy. I wake up really early because my phototype of a human being is working the best from 4:30 in the morning, 5 to 2 p.m. is not for everybody. Everybody needs
Mm-hmm.
to test their self and see, recognize where they are more creative for me at this time. And the other part is really important, because bring me energy, bring me the possibility to, when I don't have energy, when I cry inside, because a lot of time I cry inside, to recognize my direction and to do small step in the direction of what I want to do, you know.
We're just coming up on time, but before we wrap up, I wanted to ask you, what's your message to someone who's in the thick of building or inspired or they've started, but they're unsure if it's going to work out or they're afraid and they want to quit? What would be your advice to them?
Do this first step and you will succeed. Research, grow, action, and after do contribution. Really easy. And it's so important. Why? Normally, business people, they will have up and down. This is what
Mm-hmm.
you decide to have. If you don't decide change, go to work. That's it. Really, really easy. But if you decide to becoming a business and entrepreneur, you will understand. You possible have moment where you don't have money to pay your bill, where you don't have
Mm-hmm.
money to eat and put food on your table. This is the difference. But the opposite will be unique. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
question entrepreneur, business people, they need to understand is only one. You will have the gut to succeed and to have this opposite direction in your life. If yes, you are in the correct position. If it's not, change immediately, you know?
You wrote a book that
Mhm.
launched in December 2024. It's available on Amazon. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
Yeah, the book is, first of all, I am really honored because they are endorsement from, one is my best friend, really creative human being, billionaire in Italy. And the other two, they are two main protagonist in real estate space. And the book is something really important. Why? Because the book, I intend what's happening in my life. I don't want to give only clear information to becoming wealth, but I
Mm,
want to give two parts because you have two options to becoming a business person or investor, whatever. One is go without create nothing inside you, and you will don't understand what's happening because you will relate it only to the external part. And for this reason, I connect two hemisphere, two words completely different. I create the first part of the book where I share from university data, all the information, why it's so important utilize this method MPB. You know, now if you don't wake up in the morning, you need to realize where you're working better. It's not for
mhm,
everybody, but if everybody they will use after 1 month, they will succeed, they will have more energy. And the second part of the book, I really go deeply in how create wealthy real estate, what I believe, and not only real estate, because I give to some kind of form of the idea how I find the deal in real estate, but is marketing, how follow find opportunity, how connect with the right people, and how really from zero to create, from zero create the business in real estate space, but is connect because I believe now at 41 years old, like the possibility to create is only when you create first of all the internal and after the external is coming. Why? Because two, if you become successful, you will arrive at one point in your life if you don't create nothing inside where you feel nothing, you feel empty, and
mhm.
probably will
Yeah.
be too late. Starting to create something inside you,
Mhm,
build your energy, and to when the moment arrive, you are like closing your angle, you have the possibility to wake up another time, to have the energy you need to create. You know, entrepreneur business people, they need more energy and they need
mhm.
the energy through some kind of action help people. Meditation, pray, other biohacking, and exercise so important, you know.
I love it. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, so I understand like the whole process of burnout and wanting to do and also feeling like responsible for all of these people that work under you or on your
Mhm.
team, right? That's all this pressure takes place, and you have to find avenues to keep your mind and your body healthy at the same time. So I totally understand. Well, it was so nice to have you on the episode today. I so appreciate all of your advice and walking us through your entrepreneurial journey. I really enjoyed having you on. Thank you so much.
So I appreciate and I hope so, your audience and you receive something. I don't want to teach, but I want to share, you know.
Love it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man.
I want to thank Jacopo for joining me today and sharing such a powerful, unfiltered look at what it really takes to build something from the ground up. What stood out most on how Jacopo turned early adversity, like the sudden end of a soccer career, into a launch pad for global ventures, from jewelry to real estate, his journey reminds us that behind every polished success story is a messy middle, long nights, hard pivots, and relentless personal growth. And that's a wrap. To our listeners, thank you for joining me on this journey of learning, growth, and inspiration. Don't forget to subscribe to this podcast on your favorite platform and connect with our community on social media. I'd love to hear your feedback, so leave a review and let me know what topics you'd want to explore in future episodes. Remember, the future belongs to those who embrace challenges, adapt with tenacity, and keep pushing forward. Keep growing, keep pivoting, and most importantly, stay tenacious in your pursuits. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to bringing you more insightful conversations in our upcoming episodes. This is Sonia signing off, but as always, keep chasing your dreams with tenacity.